Okay, so Maintenance District 3, I'd like to start just by expressing my gratitude to the voters of District 3 and renewing our tax millage. We couldn't operate without that, so to everybody that voted in favor of that, very appreciative. With that being said, business discussion, making any recommendations regarding MCHS stadium track equipment. So I requested to put this on the agenda. We did the stadium renovation project. Came out nice. I think we're going to be discussing some paperwork to close that project out. But there is specific sizing and everything else to the Morgan City High School track that does not allow us to borrow track equipment from other schools. So basically, we have 36-inch wide lanes at Morgan City High School, and every other track in the district has 42-inch wide. So we're unable to host and participate in any type of track meets. So that's something that we've talked about at the school level. I wanted to kind of bring it up here, being that we went through and did that really good renovation project. I'd like to go ahead and recommend that we also fund and purchase new track equipment to fit the facility there. So with that being said, coordinated with Coach Singleton at Morgan City High School, and asked him to put together a list, get some preliminary pricing on that equipment. So I have basically just a quote, not gonna say by who, I think by whom they're gonna have to go out for actual quotes being in the amount. But what I would like to do is recommend to the full board to to fund $70,000 for new equipment that would be pads, hurdles, everything that they've been lacking over the years to be able to host track meets. So I'll put that in the form of a motion. Can I get a second? I'll second. All right, so a motion and a second, and that's everybody here. I'd say that's unanimous. Is there any discussion? Coach Danos is here. Ms. Elena is here. Do y'all have anything y'all like to say? Or?
No, I mean, I would be very appreciative if this goes on and helps us, because I know we've worked on getting the track equipped, and we do not have the equipment to host any track meets. I know we do little junior high track meets because it's not as you don't need the, I guess the regulation as much as the high school level. Right. So it would definitely help bring in money for the high school if we could host track meets. And I'm excited. I mean, there's a few things about the track that needs a little working on, but I'm excited.
Okay.
I'm happy with it.
Well, I think, I don't know, do we have to vote? I don't even know, just me and you? All those in favor? Aye. Okay, so that carries. We'll make a recommendation to fund that equipment at the board meeting tomorrow. Okay, so number 2, discuss and or take action regarding District 3 Phase 1 re-roofing change order number 2. Mr. Bloom.
I'm sorry. Change order for District 3 re-roofing Phase 1. This is the second change order on the project. It is all a credit in the amount of $16,006. That results in an actual savings over the original contract price of about $4,800. The work that's included in the change order basically is cost that the school board incurred when leaks occurred during the roofing process. So this is reimbursement by the contractor for those costs directly back to the board. I don't often get to give you a negative change order, so I would ask that you consider it and approve it.
Okay, so the total credit,
This is at the bottom, that's $16,006.
okay. Mr.
And-
Weiss, anything to add on that one? All good? Okay. All right, so basically, we're gonna be recommending to, we're gonna recommend to the board for approval, but I'll go ahead and make that motion to accept this change. What? I'm sorry. Dr. Fagenbush?
Mr. Bloom, I just want to clarify, and if you can help me also, Mr. Wise, because I had some questions. Does this include some of the repairs that have to happen at Oakland as far as outside where the roofing screws went through and they're visible? And is all that included? Because I don't know if I see that listed here.
No, those are actually punch list items for the contractor
Okay,
to do. This is
so they'll-
reimbursement. Brad gave us the cost that the school board incurred directly, ceiling tile, labor, all those things. That's what the change order is made up of.
and then do we have a timeline, or is that somewhere where we will know
Yeah.
when those items will be addressed?
Right, well, I'll start with item number 2 and explain that at the same time.
Perfect. Thank you.
The second item is the certificate of substantial completion for the project. And a little board education here, because I know we have some new members, this might be helpful, but substantial completion is defined as the point where the project is ready to be used for its intended use. In the case of a roof, that means that it's pretty much finished. It doesn't mean that everything is complete. That's what a punch list is, if you hear that term. That's a list of items that have to be completed by the contractor before he gets his final payment. The other factor in substantial completion is that it doesn't pay off the contractor completely. Each application and certificate for payment we receive each month from any contractor includes a 5% or 10% retainage depending on the cost of the project. So each month, they only bill for 95% of what they earn. At the end of the project, to protect you against a lien, which would be a claim by someone who wasn't paid for materials or labor on the project, there's a 45-day prescription. So specifically for this project, if you approve this tonight and the board approves it tomorrow, the contractor can go in on Friday to the clerk of court's office and record that substantial completion. That starts a 45-day period. At the end of that period, he gives us a certificate from the clerk of court that no one has filed a lien. And that prescribes completely. No one can ever come back and file a lien against the school board once that certificate is issued. At the end of the 45 days, we'll make a final inspection, and we will go through every punch list item or anything that comes up in between, and we'll make sure that the contractor has completed all of them. Then and only then do you actually pay them the final 5% retainage. Okay? So what we have today is the certificate for this project. We had a walkthrough on November 21st, I think it was, with Brad, the roofing contractor, the manufacturer's representative for the company that provided the products that were used in the roofing system. And I hired for this project a team of roofing inspectors, professional roofing inspectors who are certified to do that. And they've been following this project as well as the District 2 project as it's going through. They've issued reports for us that detailed exactly what work was done, what work was not acceptable, and included, of course, photographs of the work as it was ongoing. So we have a great record of what happened with these projects. The biggest problem we had on this one was at Oakland Elementary, where we had a disaster the day of open house of all days, where they started to tear off the roof over the kitchen and got caught by rain, a lot of rain, about 2 inches in about 45 minutes. And so I have video of it cascading down the ceilings. It wasn't a bright thing for them to do, but it's not the first time a roofer's done that. So we just recently, after we had moisture tests done, we had infrared scans of that area done to make sure there was no long-term problem, allowed them to re-roof it during the Thanksgiving holidays. So that section of the roof now has been inspected and is, up to where it's supposed to be. So with all that said, the project is substantially complete, and I would ask you to go ahead and approve it tonight.
So you brought the manufacturer was with you on that inspection. There was a question regarding, are they good with warranty with the work that was done? There was a question about the warranty being the fasteners and the length. Did they
No,
answer that?
the roofing manufacturer's technical rep was one of the people on the roof with us. He issues a report as well that the roofer has to go back and, if he finds anything wrong, he has to correct before they'll issue the warranty. He's already done the inspection, and the roof has completed most of those tasks already.
Okay, and at what point do you generate the punch list as far as the final? So this report here is the remaining work on the contract, right?
Correct.
And then, in addition to that, there will be a punch list created. At what point did you say? After the 45 days?
Yeah, after the lien period is over with, we go back and make sure that they actually completed the things that were on the punch list. And until everything is completed, that 5% stays with you.
This is considered the punch list, though?
Yeah,
Okay,
yes.
okay.
And just for clarification, because someone just asked me, whispered ESSER to me, just for clarification, we will only pay through ESSER funding the part of the project that has been completed, that we can verify and do all of the appropriate paperwork and everything for. So the rest of that is something I think I spoke to you about earlier, Mr. Mancuso. We have other things that also apply for our ESSER funding that we can make sure that we place that in place of this contract, the finishing of it.
How much was on the manufacturer's report that's not shown here? Was there anything differing?
No, it was pretty much the same thing. He's looking for, say, an area of flashing that maybe the caulking came loose already. It's very minor things. The overall roof is in pretty good condition.
Okay. Well, any other questions or discussions? I mean, it's two line items. I'd like to take care of item number 2 first, which is the change order. So looking for a motion.
I'll make a motion.
Okay, motion. A second. Any other discussion? All in favor? Aye. Okay, so we'll recommend approval of that. And then item number 3, the substantial completion report. Motion by Ms. Black, second. All those in favor? Any other discussion? All those in favor? Aye. All right. So good.
Thank you.
We'll recommend that as well. Okay, so really that was all I had, unless there's anything else needs to be discussed for Maintenance District 3. Otherwise, looking for a motion, Ms. Black?
I'll make a motion.
All right, motion to adjourn, Ms. Black, I second. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. All right, motion carries. We are adjourned.
We'll begin the High Tech Committee meeting at 5.